Hi, today we'll be working on creating a traffic light using polygons and edge loops and all the stuff, and finally rendering in Mental Ray. We'll be using metallic shader for the objects, and lights we'll use a Phong shader. So let's start the lesson. Create a new file and start creating the traffic light model. First I'll create the base. If you check here in the channel editor, you can adjust the attributes. That's fine. Here, width and depth. I'll click width, hold control on depth and change it to 4, so you have equal size 4, and change it to 8. Once this is done, press 3. We'll go to the smooth mode. Using loop tools, insert edge loop tools, add some loops, one here, and also I'll try to add one here, one here. So overall we'll get the result like this. You can see some shiny edges here. Now we'll create the block which holds the base of a traffic light. So create a box. So before that I'll just pull it down. If you hold X, you can snap it to the grid. Now create a box. In the top view also, I'll just try to hold X and snap this one, and then this is the object like this. Now zoom in so that you can see it here, or else you can just scale it a bit. Right. Now right click, face, select this face, extrude, pull it out. Now once it's done, you can right click, go to vertex or edge, but I'll go for vertex now. Select this vertex and move it down. Now back to face, select this face, extrude. Right, now go back to object mode, press 3. By default we'll lose the shape core, so we'll go for edge loop tool, one here, so that you can get the depth perfectly. Yeah. Then if you see here, it's curved, but whereas we need a little stiff hard surfaces, so one here, one more at this side, so you can see some hard edge. Same way, click and hold your mouse button, don't leave it. If you leave it, your edge will be created at that instant wherever you are selected. Okay, now once again, one at the last. Now object mode, you got this in. So we'll create some like bowls or something else which is fixing this object. Okay, what I'll do, I'll try to select face, drag and select all these faces, hold shift, hold control and deselect all these faces, so that you can select only the back faces. Extrude, pull it out. Now drag and select all these faces, click control, deselect this face, deselect this face. So we select only this and this side faces. Extrude. See, whenever I'm working, I always zoom in, toggle, and so that I can see the mouse cursor. Move a little bit inside. press 3. You get like this, no problem, but you can add one loop here. We'll hard edge. Right, but if you check here, if you had some bolts here, it will look neat and tidy. So create one cylinder, which is a viewport. Yep, this is the viewport. Okay, here this is where we need a bolt, so click and drag the bolt, add some depth, pull it out in perspective view, change the subdivision axis to 8, caps to 0. Now right click, face, select this face, extrude, click on box so that you can activate scale. Scale it inside, press G. This time what I'll do, I'll press G once again and pull it out and click on box so that I can scale it. Now press 3, we'll get this quality. I'll add a loop. Now just push it inside. Now can you see here? Yes. Pull it. Now Control D, duplicate. Right. Now drag and select all these bolts. But when I'm dragging, I can select all these things. So hold, if you can control, deselect all these objects. Control D. Pull this side. Now drag and select everything, hold control, deselect the main block, so you can select this whole crank or whatever. So mesh, combine, so you got this object now you can see the pivot is exactly at the center, because we always concentrating so that our object is exactly at this point. So when we created the base also, we snapped it to this grid using X. This is a snapping, grid snapping or X. Can you check it out? Now click on rotation, it's Y axis. I need 1, 2 and 3, exactly 90 degrees in Y axis. I can duplicate each time, 1, 2 and 3, 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, or else I can go to edit, duplicate special, option box, reset, and then Y axis, rotation, X, Y axis 90 degrees. So how many I need now? 1, 2 and 3. So add 3, apply. Always reset your option switcher if you change and close it. Right. Now, so generally I'll be using only the blocks, boxes and all this stuff. I'll add one box here. See that if you hold X, you can snap it like this. If you click here, change width and depth to 4.5 or something. Height, if you want, you can change it to 0.5 and 3. Edit mesh, insert its loop tool, add one here, one more here, and tumble a viewport. Select this one if you want to duplicate it. No, leave it. No, that's good. Now, create a cylinder. X is snapping, snap it. Copy here. Changes to 8, caps to 0. Now what I'll do, I'll just move it a little bit up, right? Duplicate this one using Ctrl D, push it down. scale it big, so it looks okay. Now hold X, select this one and extrude it. G, push it down. So before applying 3 smooth mode, I'll add some loops here. Insert a loop tool. I'll add one loop here. One loop. Sorry, one loop. One loop here. I did one mistake. I selected this one, so I clicked a couple of times undo so that I can go back. Now press 3. Here it's perfect. Now here we need a couple of edges here, so click here and now F8, push it down. Now select this object, push it down, or else you can I'm happy with it. I'll push it down, press 3, loops. Careful. You need to zoom in. So, okay. Sometimes if you get this errors, I think, see. So I'll prefer creating one more cube, sorry, one more cylinder. I think but it's double extrusion. I must have did. I must have clicked the extrude a couple of times on it. As I'm getting the result, I think out of excitement, I must have did something. So if you get this type of errors, no problem. Just delete that object and create one more. So once this is done, press 3, loops. See here, it's perfect. It happens sometimes. Now F8. If you want, Control A. I want a mirror axis in Y. Here there's some value. Don't change. Just put minus in front of Y, so it will turn. And what I'll do, I'll just fool the people. I'll just duplicate this one once again. This one, Control A, pull it out. What I'll do is I just pull it out, switch to one mode, just pulling these points all the way down here. Okay, F8. See, my pivot is somewhere here. Let's just go to modify, center pivot. So your pivot moves back here. So press 3. Right. Now I'll create one more cylinder. This one. So this one is bits. So I'll just change it to 1. Let this, yeah. Here this one, I'll just use this and a little bit of curve here, turn. So I'll just change it to 8. Caps, I don't need any caps, but I need some height segments because I need to bend it. So I'll go for some 5. Now vertex, so I'll select all the top 4 vertex, 1 2 3 5 vertex, leave the bottom one and scale it like this. You can use pen tool we got bend tool and all the options, but I want, as we are working on the basics, we'll try to use this vertex, rotate it, and look, make it a bend or a curved surface. So just leave one, so select the top four, use rotation, little bit of rotation, move it, select all these points, hold, if you hold Control Shift, you can select, you can add the selection, little bit turn, move it. If you hold Control, you can deselect these points, rotation, little bit rotation, deselect these points, and this one back to normal. Now face, can you check it? Extrude, pull it like this so that I can put the traffic signals here. Now once this is done, get back to object mode, press 3 and go back to loops. That's it. Now create a box here like this. So I'll be adding the signal lights to this one, the traffic lights. So press 3, loops, as you are working last couple of sessions with me on other models and all this stuff, you would understand I use a lot of loops and all this stuff. Now create, now this should be moving back a little bit. Create one cylinder, a small radius cylinder. If you hold Control Alt, you can zoom in area, scale it like this and change the value. Press 3. Here we don't need any loops. Control D. Right. Now create, for the first time we will be using the pipe. Click here, pipe. Okay. Draw the pipe. Select this one, you can pull it out a little bit. Here if you check it out, I'll increase the height, and if you check the thickness, I'll increase a little bit thickness so that I can see clearly the depth. Now here 8, we don't need any caps. Once this is done, 3 and loops. F8. Now create one sphere. Change it to 8 and press 3. Now you can scale it flat like this in Z axis and pull it out. Scale it so that it fits. Once this is done, drag and select the 2 objects. Control D, Control D. Okay. Now if you want, you can come here and check. I'm happy with it. Now we got this result. Drag all the objects. If you check each individual object, it's got a lot of information. Drag everything, add it, delete by type history, so it's clean now. Now if you drag everything and modify freeze transformations, if you check all this translation and all the attributes, you can freeze it so that it's clean. Now if you check, everything is 0011, perfect. Now we get this shape, we got this shape now. Now bit of texturing, right? So we'll use some basic material. So drag all the objects, hold right click, favorite material, blend. Can you see? Now you can see some shininess. Now select the top one, right click. As this is a glassy object or plastic, for plastic we'll go for form, and in form change this to red and a little bit of transparency. Can you see here transparency? A little bit. You check here, see. Now select the second one, add some font, add some amber color, some transparency. You need some whiteness in amber color. Now last one, font, this is green, some transparency. That's it. Now we are done. We'll render it in. So click on render setup. Sorry. Click here. You know it's software render, so change it to meta array. Click on render. You should get this results. Okay. I'll change view, camera attribute editor. Here in environments, change it to gray. Click render. Right. So now what I'll do is it, I'll go to render setups, quality, and change a little bit more so that I can see more detailed quality, high definition quality, and change this thing to 1K resolution. So I want to see my good quality. So go to view, camera settings, resolution gauge, so that you can see what is the resolution. Now zoom in so that it perfectly fits. Click on render. It may take some time. This is it. So hope you enjoyed this session. Practice and add and work on more models. Cheers. See ya. Bye.